have a butterfly on the least green part of our greenhouse. That's where our electricity runs through. Oh yeah, the facades are still see-through. Hello everybody, this is quixQuery here, and today we are back to play more on the Hermit Pack. And we are back in the greenhouse, and I have to apologize for some of the things that last episode was somewhat laggy. All of the greenhouse footage is somewhat laggy, and I think it still is. I'm not sure why. I honestly do not know. And it was even before I updated to the new version where these conduit facades went all wonky. And so I'm just gonna try and steer clear for the most part, which is a bummer because I absolutely love the greenhouse over there. It's super nice. But if it's causing lag, then I can't really do much about that. But anyway, so we are back here playing some more Hermit Pack, and today our plan is to finish up this little area right here, make ourselves an elevator from RF tools, if it will work, because I know in the creative world I had the RF tools screens were bugging out and weren't letting me destroy them and other things like that, and so I'm hoping that that doesn't happen here, and that we will actually be able to use the screens like we should be able to. But this will be our elevator shaft right here, and we will be using it fairly frequently to get up and down into our lab right here. I noticed something in our world right here. It's that this tree actually grew, and it was a dark oak sapling, just one. And for whatever reason, it has these special, like, it looks like apple leaves, and I broke 3 leaves off of it from the other side, and an apple dropped, and I'm not sure if that's just random or whether it actually has it looks like it has an increased chance of apples dropping based on that one dropping right there. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that 1x1 dark oak saplings would grow in this mod pack. Pretty neat. But yeah, we are back over here next to the bees. We haven't done much with them since the a couple episodes ago when we were working on them. But we have had a couple of different things get fertilized, and okay, here, do we have our grafter on us? Let's see. Yes, we do. Hey, check this out. Oh, darn it. Oh well. Anyway, so we've been trying to get some of the trees and other stuff like that that will give us the proper, fertilization so that we can get the better trees, and so we can unlock the different types of wood. But our Pam's Harvestcraft beehive over here has finished up, and so we got all of this stuff right here: a bee grub, wax comb, honeycomb, and a queen bee. And what you can do with these queen bees is get royal jelly from them, put a bee grub in there with it, and you get a brand new queen bee that you can put in here, and it'll start going again, which is super awesome. And with the other stuff, the honeycomb, we've gone over this. This is a presser. It just presses the stuff into honey and pressed wax, and the wax comb just give you the pressed wax, but the honeycomb actually give you these honeys, which you can use as sugar in recipes, which is super cool. I have also learned about these things called punchy sticks, and they're just crafted like that. And if we make some of these and bring them down to the place where our endermen are going to be farmed. What are you doing down here? That's not a spawning space. I don't know. Anyway, and bring it down to this place where our tinkers, not our tinker's thing, our enderman spawner is going to be. We can place these along the edge right here, and they do damage to whatever's on them, and give them... Oh, okay, that's the resistance from my ring, okay. Wow, man, those things can really bring you down. Let's eat our taffy. So to get started with all of the RF tool stuff, we are going to make this screen controller right here, and that just requires a machine frame from the RF tools mod, I think. Yeah, machine frame. And we want to put this where we want to have our elevator. And so I'm not sure how I want to do this. Let's get out our laboratory blocks so that we can block in the sides so that we know where we want our elevator to be, basically. How about we use factory blocks and our chisel so that the factory blocks, okay, we don't need those in there. Can we shift click? No, we can't. Why don't we use these things right here to add sort of like the feel of like a, it'll like detach from using this thing right here. And so these will be like the doors that open and close, even though we're not actually going to have doors that open and close. But then we want to have a little 3x3 area, and let's see, what do we have that we can use? Let's see, what options does stone have if we put stone in our chisel? Sunken tiles? Tiles could look, yeah, let's do that. 9. There we go. Okay, now let's bring these tiles. Okay, now this is our elevator platform that we want to use, and so we are going to put our screen controller. Oh no, that's where we want our elevator. Okay, well, is required for an elevator. Okay, that's pretty basic too. So awesome, got an elevator, and so now we want. How's this gonna work? Okay, awesome. So now we have the arrow pointing down right here, and on the other side we just have the basic face, and down here we want to clear out the area where the elevator is going to land. And we're going to make that right here, because that's directly... Okay. Now the question is, since we put our door right there, is it okay to move it over by 1 block? Things are coming together. We got a screen right here, and this you can interact with just by right-clicking on it with anything in your hand, and with the Smart Wrench from the RF Tools mod, you can make it bigger by right-clicking multiple times. The first time you right-click, it makes it transparent, and then after that, it modifies the size. And so, like that. Ta-da! And you can right-click into it, and you can see that we have installed an elevator module, but currently there is nothing to level 1 name, level 0 name. We want to be ground, floor, and then we want level 2 name to be B1, I think. I think that's how it goes. But in order to do all this, first we need to mine out some of these blocks so we can actually get down there to power this bottom one right here. And that's so that we can actually, because these elevators, they work just fine no matter how many you have in a line and stuff like that, but you need to apply power to at least the bottom one. And so, yeah, but we are also going to put some screen in right here, and we just put these blocks right here as kind of a filler because we're not really going to see them too much. But yeah, and then we need another screen module for this one round here so that we can control it right there as well. But now we need to put our screen controller down somewhere that, and it also needs to be powered. And this I think will just power the screen and not so much the other thing, the screen up there. I think needs to have its own screen controller. So we're just gonna put this back here. Sure, why not? Right there, screen controller. Scan. Okay, hey, it connected to 2 screens, so that means it's got both of them. So now we just need to connect our power down to here. So now our screens should be powered, and we just ran this cable back there, and that's just kind of a temporary setup. I'm not really planning on having this there. Eventually this will be like the only exit from this elevator, I think. I don't know, we might do something over here. It just depends. But now what we need to do is come back up here and place the blocks back in and see if we can start this elevator up. See if can we go to basement 1? No, okay. Ground? It works. Oh yeah. Whoa, okay, gotta be careful not to fall down. And also, we can move this thing back to where it is supposed to be. Okay, so the problem was that this arrow is actually not supposed to be facing where the elevator is. It's supposed to be the screen. So, yeah, that was what I was doing wrong the whole time. So, glad I figured that out. But now we can put these blocks on right there, put this screen right there, and now we have to go back down because that screen is now unattached from the rest of it, and so we gotta go into this little area right here. Let's put a torch down and scan for the screen again, and now once we call our elevator back down, we can put this block back in there and everything should be fine. And you can see that I've added a couple little things down here just to make it look kind of like elevator-ish. I don't know, whatever. It's not looking super great right now, but we will get there. And we need some light down here, I just realized, because, man, is it dark? I didn't even realize how dark it would be down here once we added that elevator. But that is super awesome, and you can see that this screen is actually in the way of the elevator, but it still works. It goes right through it, and go back to the ground floor just fine. And eventually I want to add like a proper elevator shaft right there, so that when we go back down to the basement, that it won't be like everything around completely open for you to be able to like go anywhere. It'll be like a proper elevator shaft eventually, but for the moment that's what we're going with, and that is super awesome, and I am really loving how this has turned out. There's something wrong with this chisel. It's not taking durability. I can chisel things and it doesn't take durability. This chisel mod is really broken in this update for the Hermit Pack, so that really needs to be fixed. As much as I love the Hermit Pack, that is like, it's just a bummer when things that you things that were working, like I've done a reasonable amount of programming before, not anything major, but I have done some, and with that experience, I have realized that when things can go wrong really easily. My math teacher said one time, computers are dumb, they do what you tell them to, and that's probably the case of what happened here, and so it's probably, yeah, it'll be fixed eventually, I'm sure, though. The guys at Feed the Beast are really good at what they do, and so that's gonna be real nice once they have that back up and running. But for the moment, we are going to finish decorating some of the stuff around here, and by adding another door, and maybe, do we have any anti-blocks in there? Ah, yes, we do. We have a bunch of anti-blocks. Perfect. I'm curious about what happens when we call the elevator while I'm right here. Let's figure it out. It shoves me out of the way. That's very interesting. It doesn't, like, hurt me at all. Cool. Why is it not working now? I have not changed the configuration of the wiring right here, so it should still be working. I don't know what could have gone wrong, because nothing has changed from our power situation since it was last working, and it was working reliably too. I have no idea what went wrong with that with this elevator. Huh. So, I have been reading your guys' comments, and you guys love the greenhouse, and I do too. I absolutely love it. And I got a suggestion to do a little bit more chisel and bits on this, and I actually had something planned for this when I was originally designing it, that I didn't end up putting on the final thing that I think might still go well with it. And so we are going to move our market right here so that we can make room for this, because it is going to be going in front here, and it's going to have a little bit of a path around. Essentially, we'll be adding little flower beds inside on the sides of this door, so that we add more greenery and stuff to the outside. It'll be pretty cool. There'll be kind of like brick stuff going along. Essentially, we'll have like bricks on the sides, and on the top we'll have like a little bit of a ledge, a concrete ledge, which will then have like dirt and stuff in the middle for flowers. So we've kind of started on it here, and what we have is just some brick blocks, regular brick blocks, and what I've done is I chiseled it to just by planes to just be 2 pixels thick, and we now have the chisel design. We have a positive chisel design, and what we did to get this was we just right-clicked on the block, and now it has been written. And so now what we're going to do is, with this cobblestone, which is a not very important material, and so what we can do with that now is since it's not very important, we can just get rid of all of it in our chisel, our bit bag right here, and all of that will be super awesome. I actually might want to get 2 bit bags so that I can more easily keep track of the difference between our brick stuff and the other stuff, but this is kind of the basic, the base of it, and we are eventually going to add some dirt and stuff in here, and some polished stone or some kind of concrete. If we look at polished stone, this stuff, yeah, from Quark. And that's just a bunch of stone slabs in a square or something, and we'll be using that on top to make kind of a little bit of a ledge on top. And the alternative to using a second bit bag, tons and tons of entities. Whoo! That's a lot of things. I found this thing on our bit bag right here. There's a filter for the delete bag thing, and so if I hold this, delete only chiseled bit bricks. Oh, okay, so we actually only want to delete these things. Awesome. Okay, because we want our bricks, I think. Oh, no, we're done with bricks, so we don't actually need any of that yet. Oh well. Huh. See, now that looks pretty good. And so what we are going to do is we are going to get another positive chisel design and use that in all of these spots. And I figured out how this thing works. All you have to do, oh no, we want to delete only cobblestone. Aha. And then the brick as well. Aha. Yeah, a little bit of a tip. The orientation that you are looking at the block when you're using these chisel designs actually matters, because if you notice, when I go around in different spots, it will actually end up different. And so when you're looking at the block, make sure that that's the way you want to be looking at it when you will be using the design. I figured out what was wrong with my elevator. So what had happened is I had decided that I was going to go check on our power situation back here. And, oh yeah, by the way, I've made this basic capacitor bank from Ender.io. Pretty nice and handy for powering stuff you know, whatever. Anyway, it's just an extra thing that we have there. But I upgraded our energy cube right here to an advanced energy cube, and in doing so, reset the config. And so the sides that I had set to output were no longer set to output. And so now everything is working, and it is outputting to the cable, which is then extracting and then sent all the way over to our elevator over there. Awesome, so here we are. We have our flower beds filled in with podzol, which is pretty neat. It looks pretty good, and so now we have a spot. I think I'm going to put Botania flowers right here, which is going to be super cool, and then we'll have the source of all the different types of dye once we have all the different Botania flowers in these two flower beds. You can see that there will be like a little path coming up right here to the door, which I actually want to be, what wood? What wood? I think it was balsa wood. Balsa? Yes, balsa wood. Okay, yeah. And we did, from our exploring the other day, get some tree saplings, and so if we look up at forestry, we can see we got desert acacia, we got some hill cherry saplings, some mundane larch, teak, and some padawak. I'm not sure if that's actually how you pronounce those. Oh yeah, and some silver line. So that's actually super nice. That gets us a pretty good start into the forestry the different trees and stuff in forestry. So now we have enough different stuff for a bunch of different types of trees. Well, you may have been wondering how on earth we got podzol, and I'll give you a hint. It isn't from the Mega Taiga biome, even though I did come across those in my exploring. If we look up podzol, we can see in the recipes that one of the ways to get it is the Void Resource Miner, and the other way to get it is from the Metallurgic Infuser, and this is from the mod Mechanism. And so essentially all you have to do is combine biofuel with dirt, and biofuel is just some sapling or other organic item ground into biofuel. Yeah, and so 2 biofuel per thing, so essentially 1 sapling is 1 thing of podzol, which is super awesome. And so all you have to do is crush it in the crusher right here, and then in the metallurgic infuser put the biofuel in here, and that will put biomass in there and the dirt right there, and it'll just infuse the two together into there. But yeah, that is Mechanism. Mechanism has some very powerful stuff in its mod, and that's why we're gonna try and get into some of it. But not yet. First, oh yeah, some of the powerful stuff in the Mechanism mod has to do with the fact that you can generate 5 times the amount of ore, 5 times the amount of ingots for your ores. And if we look at Mechanism, that's by using the, what's it called? It's one of these machines here. Wow, there's a lot of them, my goodness. Anyway, Mechanism is a very powerful mod just to help you get more bang for your buck as far as resources go, which is super awesome, and so we definitely want to get to that earlier rather than later, so that we can have more resources to do more stuff with later, if that makes sense. And so, but first we need to generate some more resources, and so, I did go mining, but instead of doing that in the future, what I want to get started is on using some of our power in the environmental tech mod. But first, we are going to craft a mechanism book right there. I believe this is the mechanism book. It's called a dictionary. I might be wrong. I might be very wrong. I have no idea how this mod is supposed to go. Charge pad. Oh, whoa, hey, check this out. So you can go and like right click on stuff. And what happens if we right click on air? Okay, can we use this in anything? Or dictionificator. Dictionificator, a machine to unify and translate between various items and blocks using the OR dictionary. Huh, unify and translate between. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious what that means. No key for that one. No key for that one. I honestly don't know what this is supposed to do. So this dictionary from the mechanism mod might actually be more useful than I originally thought it was. Instead of being a guide to the mechanism mod, which I can get online from like wikis and stuff like that, what it does is it helps with intermod compatibility. For example, these Quark chests. I hate these things because they don't work in some of the recipes, and so, but since I have dark oak wood, because those are a lot of the trees I've mined, and that's the wood I have the most of, all my chests are dark oak chests. And so if we right-click on these with the dictionary, we can see it's chest wood, okay? Good to know. Okay, so now we take that key down into our basement 1, to our OR dictionificator, and add a new filter, and we want chest wood, and check. Just chest. Should it... Okay, I'm not sure. This should work, I think. So I figured it out. It's mostly supposed to be used for like ores and stuff like that. And so, if we look at some of the ores and stuff right here, we can see that... Wait, hold up. What if we put a space ore? Oh, okay. It's the same thing. Anyway, we can see that there are a bunch of different ores. We got our vanilla ores, we got our cyclic ores, and then here's where some of the first few conflicts come in. We see that forestry has its own copper ore and its own tin ore, and guess what else has its own copper and tin ore? Industrial craft does. And not only that, but Tech Reborn, which is not necessarily my favorite mod in the world, for reasons we'll get to later probably, but it has its own silver and tin ore, as well as a bunch of other things, and so, yeah. So it is used to for the intermod compatibility, so that we can type in, say, something like ore copper, check, and then select which one of those that we want to use. And then Mechanism has its own copper ore, and so that looks like the Industrial Craft one is probably the one that I like the best. But I don't know. Anyway, that's just the basic gist of it. And then, without using any power whatsoever, you can put the copper ore in this side and convert it to the other mod's copper ore if you want to. And so, I thought this would work with stuff like these chests right here, because they have ore dictionary keys. Whoa. Whoa. Hold up. I didn't know that... Yeah, okay, so they have ore dictionary keys. But I tried typing both of those in, and neither of them worked. And so, yeah. Anyway, that was a bummer, because I was hoping to... These quark chests, let me just say, are super annoying. They aren't compatible with all of the recipes, and that's why I do not like them. Because this RS mod does not like the dark oak chests from Quark. They only accept the regular oak ones, and so I actually have to go out and chop down regular oak trees rather than dark oak trees. Super annoying. Yeah, anyway, I just... Because in normal vanilla, I would be getting regular chests anyway, and so it's like... Yeah, anyway, I thought it would work for that. Apparently it doesn't. It must be disabled somewhere, and so that's a bummer. But this mechanism mod has a lot of cool things in it. It's super powerful. We're just going to stick our dictionary back in there. But I want to go back into the environmental tech mod for a little bit, and I have cleared out an area and now we have a second basement, and we only have two, with another elevator and screen and all that fancy stuff, and we can go from the second basement to the ground floor, or to the middle floor if we want to, and from the ground floor all the way back down to basement 2 if we want. Anyway, and so I've cleared out a little bit of an area right here, and this is enough for the top tier, which is not what we're going to be building today, but the top tier void ore miner. And so we are going to get all of the stuff ready for this, and so we need okay, so the multi-block position is below the controller. Okay, so we need 24 tier 1 structure blocks, 20 machine bases, 2 laser cores, and 1 clear laser lens. Oh yeah, I found another way to abuse the Torturino. Apparently, this actually speeds up the Tinker's Construct smeltery. Oh yeah. So now that we have gathered together all of the materials for it, we needed a clear lens, or a lens of whatever color you want in it, 2 laser cores, 20 machine bases, yeah, and 24 tier 1 structure blocks. So now all we have to do is get out our assembler, look in our thing right here to see what our void ore miner, what space it'll take. 7 by 4 by 7. Okay, so if we had some blocks on us, this would be pretty nice and easy. Okay, so this is the exact center. 1, 2, 3, and we want this thing on top. So let's put it on top. Okay, now all we should have to do is right-click on it with our assembler, and it will assemble. Now the only thing it needs is power and a clear path all the way down to bedrock, which we are going to do right now. Okay, awesome. This now has a clear path to bedrock, and now all we should have to do is right-click on this with our assembler a bunch of different times, and it should automatically take the blocks out of our inventory, and ta-da! It should, yeah, okay, now we have a beacon beam in there that is going straight down to bedrock, which is super awesome, and this thing, when we supply it with power, should automatically produce ores for us. Awesome, there we are. Okay, so we have run our conduit to this thing, and now we want to put a crate next to it so that we get all of the things out of it. Hey, it already produced an iron ore! That's super awesome. Now, the thing that we need to question is how on earth is our power doing? So, to answer that, we need to come to this floor right here, and go over into our power room, our maintenance room back here, and see how this cube is doing. Oh, psh! Just fine. Just fine. No big deal there, my goodness. Okay. Yeah, this thing connected to it is using more power than this thing is. But now the question is, with the Torturino, how would we be doing on power? Oh, not so. Okay, I thought we were doing super awesome on power, but you can see that this is slowly ticking down right here. And I don't think it's night. Yeah, no, it's not night, so that means our solar generator should be... Wait, is it raining? Because if it's raining, then our solar generator may not be working, and that may be affecting our results. It does not appear to be raining. Yeah, no, not raining. Okay, that means that this thing is taking up, about as much power as our tier 1 solar generator can produce, which is just fine because we were hardly using any of it before. And we're still... Ooh, appetite. Nice. It's produced 2 ores now. But what it does mean is that we need some sort of way of using our tier 1... of upgrading our tier 1 solar generator to the next level, or another way of producing power. Fortunately for us, we have temporary solutions. Now I don't know if that's our problem then. This is weird. Okay, because this is still ticking down with our Torturino up there in our solar generator. Super weird. Okay, so we want to insert that into there. And it's still going down. Now, the question is, what on earth is going wrong? Do we need to upgrade our power cables that run from the solar array right here to the energy cube down there? Because that might be a possibility. Let's try that. Okay. So upgrading the cables has made it so that this is now ticking up instead of ticking down, which is awesome. And now the question is, do we actually need our Torturino up there, or is upgrading the cables enough? With our Torturino removed, I am proud to say that we are still going, which is super awesome. I am very glad that that has worked, and so that means that we are now doing the fully automatic generation of ores, which is super awesome. And so we are going to go down there and check on it and see how much we've generated so far. It's not going to be very much. What? Oh, I broke the torch right there. I was like, what on earth? Okay, so now this thing. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's super awesome. We got some nether quartz, some coal, some apatite, copper, and I think that I'm going to have, if we look up, or, miner? Yeah, there we go. Okay. If we look at the uses, we want gold ore, because right now we are running very low on gold ore, which means the yellow lens. And so if we use the yellow lens, we can get gold and glowstone. Okay, so gold and glowstone will have boosted numbers if we use a yellow lens versus a clear one. And that sounds okay to me. I'm okay with boosted numbers of gold and glowstone, so I think I'm gonna make a yellow lens, and so that we and replace it right there, so that we are now going to be making more gold, because we are very short and these things require a lot of gold. Focus that laser. Oh yeah, we got an achievement for that. That's pretty cool, actually. So we're gonna head back down there, and I think this should be just a simple matter of removing that and replacing it with that. And now we should have, yeah, okay, awesome. It should be a yellow beam coming out, and we should have an increased chance of getting gold ore from this, which is super awesome. Ooh, yellowite. Very cool. Anyway, I'm going to continue to leave this running, but that is about all the time we have for today's episode. But to finish off this episode, we are going to see what loot this pirate ship has to offer, and I am covered in arrows because I just slew all of the guys inside, but I have not looked inside any of the chests yet. And so we're going to see if there's anything good in here, or if it's just going to be junk like the last time. And except for the pirate chest. The pirate chest was nice. The pirate hat. Ugh, man, pirate chest, my goodness. So let's see what we got. Raw salmon, some gold. I love gold. Gold, we are short on gold. That is an excellent thing to have. More gold nuggets, another iron sword. We got one from killing a guy. Some salmon. That's something I don't think we got, was salmon. Ooh, iron sword, a boat, fire charges, gold, raw salmon, gunpowder. Looks like a lot of the same stuff. Let's just take a quick look through. Another boat. Ooh. And Oh, a lot of gold. My goodness, lots and lots of gold. And what's in the back right here? Same old, same old. Oh well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I really did. At least I enjoyed filming it. Wow, that's really close. Okay, got some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Thanks to our kitchen. Super awesome. Fire the cannon! Fire again! And I will see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye. Bye.